I intend to tell you about the times that I got jumped. For anybody and everybody watching this will be distributed on multiple platforms. Multiple. We're talking Facebook, Instagram, X, Discord maybe, Reddit, MySpace, LinkedIn, CartoonNetwork.com, SoundCloud.com. Man, this is going on anything you can think of. AppleMusic.com. This one of them ones. My name is Esther Blanco. I'm your host with the most. We here to play Starting 5. As you can see, my record is 15-3. We're playing 82 games. The goal of this is to see how many games I can play before I get sick of this game and turn it off for good. I now take you on a journey like no other, where I talk about my life while killing these boys. Let's get to it. That was a little dramatic. But I love it. And this is Can't Pause Life, episode 1. Now, in all actuality, this is episode 2 because the first episode, nobody could hear me. So I did an hour-long conversation with myself about how I was almost killed and nobody heard it. And I do feel like that was a bit rude that nobody would at least say, yo, I can't hear you. But it's cool. It's so cool. It's so cool. So I'm going to tell the story. And now, you know, the funny part is, and the good thing about life is now I can tell the story from a perspective that I didn't get to tell it from before. But before I do all this, again, let me just reinstate what's happening here. So right now we are at the Starting 5 building. My goal is to play 82 games to Starting 5. I get to use whatever team I like. Previously, I was running with the Lakers on some episodes that you may or may not ever see due to technical difficulties and not being able to hear me and all of these wonderful things. Nevertheless, we made it to 15-3, and I put that on Yo Mom that score that you see up on the board is real. I may not have visual proof because of technical difficulties, but I'm real. Nevertheless, you ready? Let's get it. Oh, he trash. This is going to be easy work. Easy work. I'm going to try somebody new because it's going to be easy work. Let's go with the Pelicans. Let's see if we got Pelican style. But I wanted to tell the story about how I started my journey into spirituality because I felt like it was a pretty interesting story. And I think that my journey is a bit different in regards to how you may see other people talk about spirituality and maybe what they went through. So my journey begins with a real 3D experience. So I'm at work. At the time, I'm 18 years old. I work at Home Depot, and I am...
Here's the tree. They'll sit from beyond the...
Do I? Yes, I do. Okay, so yes. I'm around 18 years old. I work at Home Depot, and I believe it's a Sunday. I don't know what month, but it was hot out. So let's just say it's a Sunday in July, right? So I'm at work. At this time, I work in the lot. So anybody even know anything about the lot is basically outside where the car is at. So I was the dude who give me that. That was nasty. Ooh. We getting cooked. Anyway, so my position was to get the carts, and put them in the corral. And if I see any trash, or pick it up and then, empty the trash at the night. And then if somebody needed help putting something in their car, I was also the guy they was calling to do that. So that was my position. Now, at the Home Depot I worked at, there was a really, really nice sunset view. Now, I know people hearing this saying, what you talking about? Anyway, but I'm looking outside. And they used to have this nice skyline. It would show all of the clouds really nice. I remember the sky was always like pinkish. And I remember I would always stop what I'm doing. I could be putting something in somebody's car and I'd stop what I'm doing and just to kind of stare at her. So this is one of those days I'm outside, I'm working, and then one of those clouds come by. So I'm looking at those clouds. I'm like, man, these clouds look interesting. They look like regular clouds. They look like symbols. Like I said, I'm like 18 in this story. If you ask me what I believed in around that time, I believed in maybe a little bit of Jesus, maybe a little bit of nothing, just a little bit of nothing, like a little bit of Jesus, a little bit of nothing. So that was where I was at that point in time. I'm not saying Jesus ain't great, but so that's where it started. So I'm just looking up at the clouds, and as I'm looking up, I see a cloud come past that looks like a skull. And I'm looking at this joint, I'm like, this ain't great. It's a bad shot. But I'm looking at this cloud and I'm like, man, this cloud look real menacing. Like it don't look like safe. It looked dangerous. And I just remember thinking that looks weird. But I don't know. I think subconsciously I was like, that might be a message from a loved one. So let me just subconsciously kind of keep that in the back of my mind. And let me watch myself in this lot, make sure nobody don't hit me with their car. So the whole day I'm just looking out, making sure nobody hit me with their car, because that's what I kind of thought. I'm like, maybe that's a message from God saying, yo, watch out. These boys is driving drunk in the lot and you're going to get taken out. So I'm watching my surroundings and I make it through the workday safe. Now, at this time, I was getting chauffeured by the moms. And for whatever reason, even though she was home, I later found out at some point in the story, she was home, but she did not feel the necessary need to come pick me up, thus this story happening. But nevertheless, I'm at work. I see the menacing cloud. I finish my shift. Now go stand for the bus because my mom is not coming to get me. I'm at the bus. I waited like an hour and I got home and I got out the bus. Or should I say I got on the bus, drove home, and then was able to get home. Let's go. Let's shot. I get home. Where the bus stop is, in correlation to my home is like they drop you off like right across your street. Anybody who knows Bailey and Suffolk, they drop you off like right on Bailey. And then you kind of cross that street. It's like a church over there. And then you cross over and then you walk to Roosevelt. But dang, we 16-3 and we just started. We 16-3 and we just started. So I'm driving home. I'm on the bus. I'm getting home. I'm driving home. I get off the bus. And as I'm getting off the bus, I see, I'm across the street from where I need to be at. Like I need to cross this street in order for me to get home. So I'm just over there looking at it. I'm just like, all right, I see where I need to go. And I'm looking at my destination. I'm like, all right, I see when I cross this street, I see an old man, a group of like maybe 6 to 7 people. And it's like young black dudes. But like, let's say one dude who's like maybe 17, 18, and the rest of the group of the boys of like 15, 14, 16, 17. Right? Like just spread out kind of evenly. So I'm like, all right, cool. Group of brothers, old man. And then I think there's like 40-year-old man that's behind the group of boys. So I'm like, all right, great. This block looks safe. Like in my mind, if you live in the hood for a long time, you develop kind of skills of like jump skills is what I call them. So you kind of always on the lookout for getting jumped and you just kind of scan your surroundings to see if that's a good move to cross the street. So I scanned and I realized I'm like, this is a safe space to cross. So I cross the street. So I'm crossing. Mind you, my legs hurt because I've been ducking and dodging this lot all day, making sure I don't get hit. That's beside the point. But my legs hurt, which is going to be another part of this story. But my legs hurt and I'm crossing the street. I got my headphones in. I got my phone. So I get across the street. And as I'm getting across this street, mind you, there was a group of people that was there as I was crossing. So the old man, he crossed the street back to where I was at. The other 40-year-old dude that was behind a group of young men, he also crossed the street where I was at. We like interchanged at the same time. So the only people left was me and these group of dudes. Everybody else had like changed and crossed the street at the same time. But I'm not worried because like I said, it's just like a group of brothers. And if you black and live in the hood and see a group of brothers, you shouldn't panic. Especially if you like, you looking around and you kind of think, I got these boys. Like I can beat these dudes up. Like it's only one dude that was a real problem. So I'm thinking like I can, even if things get crazy, I can take these dudes. Like I said, the group was comprised of like multiple ages. By the way, if you didn't know, we're playing starting 5, 82 games. We just beat that boy. He quit. He couldn't take it. We 16-3. Anyway, so I get across the street. I got my headphones on. I'm walking. I get behind the group. Now, before, if I could just kind of display this, like this is them and this is me. So they're over here walking as a group and I'm behind them. So you see me, I'm just like doing my thing. And then we both walking and I start to realize they start going slow. So their walk is now like this and my walk is still like this. So at some point I'm now in the middle of the group. So it's me, I'm the green pin right here in the situation. And I'm surrounded by a group of black, young, assorted men. Now, mind you, I still have my headphones in and I still feel safe. Now, granted, this is mistake number 1. I was a little too arrogant. I don't know why I thought I can take 7 dudes on with my headphones on. That's crazy, but I did it. Anyway, so I'm in a group. I'm in the middle of these boys and I'm starting to realize like I'm walking, I'm like trying to speed up and now the group is following me. So now it's just like, now we all like running real fast and it's like, oh, this ain't good. Like they matching my pace. So I'm like mid jog and they mid jog with me. Like, come on, don't take off. Come on with us. So anyway, so we look like a track team running together. Like we in college and, basically running for my life a little bit, but it's cool. No biggie. I've been here before. I can explain that story another time. Nevertheless, I've been here before. So I take my headphones off and I'm trying to shove them deep into my pockets as I'm like running for my life. And I take the headphone off and I hear, yeah, man, what you doing over here, man? This is barely blah. we the Bailey Block Boys. I'm like, huh, y'all the Bailey Block Boys? They're like, yeah, we the Bailey Block Boys. You can't be over here. I'm like, that's crazy. I can't be over here. I live over there. I live on Bailey. They like, no, you don't. We ain't ever see you. Yo, let's get another game started. Yo, they said, no, you don't. We never seen you over here. So now I'm like, wow, my hood pass has been revoked by a bunch of young assorted brothers. So now it's dangerous, right? Like, I live on this street. I got to get home off this street. And they talking about they don't know me. All right, no biggie. No biggie. So as we're walking in that group, as I was talking before, with the group of dudes, one of the dudes who was telling me about how he was from Bailey Block, he was distracting me with his conversations. I'm like, yo, we're Bailey Block. And then some other dude from like my side, because they now, like I said, I've walked into a group of like young assorted men. So one of the dudes from like the side come and like punch me, and he punched you like, it was like one of the softest, most gentle jabs I've ever felt. The only reason I knew he punched me is because I looked at his face and he looked angry. He was like, yeah, take that. I'm like, all right. So he punched me. Yeah, give me that. So when he punches me, that causes me to continuously keep shoving my phone in my pocket to make sure that it was in there, because I realized now that this is me running for my life and me getting jumped. Oh, no. So I'm trying to shove it deep into my pockets. This is the skinny jeans era, so it's not going that far. And give me a... I should have shot. Let's go. Should have shot that. But anyway, so this is the skinny jeans era. It's not really going... Like, the phone is going in my pocket, but it's not fully in my pocket. Like, for whatever reason, I can feel it being, like, halfway out of my pocket, and I'm not liking it. So now I start to... Like I said, they're chasing me, so I start to pick up the run. Another dude punches me. And this one I feel. This one was all right. It was a pretty good punch. But the reason why it was important is he like punched my arms. And when he punched my arm, I was kind of like trying to shove my phone back into my pocket, and he punched my arm. So when he did that, this is for the hood. Bailey. Anyway, yeah, no. So he punches my arm as I'm trying to shove the phone down. That causes the phone to basically get like popped out of my pocket. Now, mind you, we're still mid-jog as this is all happening. So, like, I'm running for my life, and they're all, like, surrounding me. Dude, I'm trying to shove it in my pocket. Dude punches. The phone flies out. One of them picks it up, picks the phone up, and then run across the street. So now it's like, damn, I can't chase him because, oh, my God. But anyway, I can't chase him, even though he has my phone, because I'm still in the middle of getting jumped. So I come to terms with that. And I say, damn, I guess I just lost my phone, but I'm going to make one of these dudes pay for that. So now I've ran these dudes so far. We're now at the beginning of my street. Mind you, I crossed the street. And when I cross that street, like, all I got to do is make a left, go down that next block, and I'm going home. So I've now ran these dudes to the beginning of my street, and one of them has now left the group. So one of them now is, wow, that's craziness. But one of them now has my phone and has crossed the street. So now it went from 7 to 6 boys. So while this is all happening, remember I told you there was one dude who was in the group who wasn't like he wasn't like a young dude. Like, the young dudes were the people who were talking to me. Like, the dude who set this all off was probably like 16, 15 years old. He was the main one who started this whole thing. He was talking about, yeah, I'm from Bailey Block. You can't be over here. We don't know you over here. So he's saying all of this, and all of the younger dudes are reacting, but the older brother in the situation isn't really reacting. He's more of just like, kind of like, he's walking like this is just a normal day. Like, look at my young brothers beating, jumping an innocent man. What a normal day. So I can tell he's not like involved. He's not like angry. He's just like kind of mellowed out. So I'm trying to talk to him. I'm like, yo, you want to get your brothers? He like, those ain't my brothers. We from the same block, but those ain't my brothers. And I'm like, well, I don't care who they are. Get these boys before I knock them out. He like, yeah, that's y'all business. That's y'all business. I'm just over here. Yeah, I'm from Bailey Block, but I ain't into that. You know what I'm saying? I got stuff to do. So I'm like, well, okay, well, that's now the group is down to 5. So from one robbing me and I guess some sweet talk, I've now reduced the numbers from 7 to 5. So I'm liking my odds. I got the older dude out of here, and I got my phone robbed. I don't like that one, but that happened. So, like I said, we're at the beginning of the street, and it's me. I'm standing like right here, and all the dudes over here. We like in a Mexican square off. They looking at me, I'm looking at them. I didn't backspace a little bit so I can get some distance. But we looking at each other and we got some distance. And it's 5 of them, 1 of me. I'm liking my odds because of the age. Like I said, I'm 18. I got a little bit of anger in me. I got a little bit of depression. So I'm like, yo, this is going to be good for me. So, and I'm mad it just took my phone. Like I was in the middle of listening to a song. I got pictures and girls' numbers that I'm never going to get back. Like, thank you for taking that from me. So now, like I said, some of these boys about to feel the pain. It's like, cause I'm telling you, I'm super arrogant at this time because it's like, I'm 18 years old. I'm not losing to nobody who 15. Like y'all my brother. Man, I beat my brother up every day. This is easy work. All right, I'm about to school these young black assorted men and teach them a lesson about stealing phones. So we start the tango. One dude rushed me. They don't jump me all at the same time, one at a time. So the light-skinned 15-year-old who was talking all this, who started the whole thing, he rushes in first. I said, bah, 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 bah. Give him that Tyson anger, that fury, that jab. But he was on the ground. He crawls back. Next dude up. Boom, boom, boom. Knocked him out. He crawled back. And I'm not saying all this to make myself sound hard. Like I said, they were 15, 14, 13. These are some of the youngest people ever. And it's it looks like child abuse, if I'm being honest. It looks like if you were driving past, you'd be like, why is this older brother beating the shit out of his younger brothers? Because we all dark skinned. And it looked like I'm just older. I literally look like their older brother and I'm beating the shit out of them. But I guess that's to the naked eye. But to the real what's going on, I'm getting jumped. But anyway, I'm like I said, I'm liking my odds. The first 4 dudes, I beat them in 5 minutes. And like I said, I'm not exaggerating, but I'm also not giving myself that much props. So I said they were 14, 15, 17, 18. The most impressive thing about all of this is the stamina I have because I just worked a shift. So I knocked the first 4 dudes out, and I'll never forget, in that moment, I'm sitting there thinking, oh my God, this is why I saw that cloud, because they are warning me about these hooligans. But nevertheless,
he's doing a tremendous job just orchestrating. That's beautiful.
He keeps it.
Give me a second. I'm getting it back. I got to cut a move in.
Here's Durant.
Let's get it. So I knocked the first 4 dudes out. We at the beginning of the street. And now 2 dudes come up at once. So instead of now it being 1 dude at a time, now 2 dudes come up. So they both come up and I knocked them both out. Like I said, it's just boom. My power was just it. I'm talking about these are 1-hitter quitters. I'm the one dude, the 1 14-year-old, I just boom, boom. Hit his ass with something special. Broke him off something proper and made him sit down and reflect. But anyway.
After the Suns, they got 2.
No. He gonna do this all night. This is so annoying. So like I said, I've now beaten all of the guys, and I beat a little, they formed into a tag team, and I beat that tag team too. So out of nowhere, the light-skinned boy in the story who started this whole thing, he now says, you know what, man? I'm sick of this. And pulls out one of the biggest knives I've ever seen. It's a butcher blade, which I thought was confusing because I'm like, well, he don't cook, so why does he have this humongous blade? It was one of them joints that was like, wow, you got that. So he pulls out this humongous blade. And I remember thinking damn, y'all already robbed me and now y'all gonna stab me? This is I just got off work. What a crazy day. So I've now kind of realized at this point that this is way more real than I expected. The cloud that I saw earlier starting to make sense. His aggressiveness still don't make sense, but I see it's real. And now I'm trying to talk him out of it. Like I said, I already talked the older brother out of this, so I was just trying to talk him out of it. I'm like, yo, hey man, I don't even know you. You don't gotta do this. He nah, I told you don't be over here. This is the Bailey block. I'm like, wow, this is crazy. You gonna kill me over the street? This is what we doing? Over streets? He yeah, that's what we doing. So I take off running. I got out of there. Now, this part of the story is the most important part of the story. I take off running. And when I take off running, usually, like I said, I've lived on this block for quite a bit. We're talking a decade. Some of these people have literally seen me grow from a young boy to a grown man, or I guess to a younger adult. I don't know if I'll say it I left the block at 20. But I know these people. At the very least, somebody can say, hey, stop. We know him. Don't stab him. We from Bailey Block. Stop doing this. Nobody's on the street. Not a single soul is on the street. So I am running for my life and nobody is on their porch. Almost every day, everybody is on their porch. Not a single person is on their porch. I say, all right, cool. I'm not going to panic. I'm going to keep making noise. Maybe somebody come out. Nobody's coming out. And I'm saying all type of wild things, but I don't want to yell because I didn't like the visual of myself running from like a 15-year-old boy screaming at the top of my lungs. Even if my life was on the line, I'm not going out like that. Like, you're not about to tell the story like, yeah, I had that nigga running. He was like, ah, nah, hell nah. You're going to have to kill me in silence. So I'm trying to get my neighbor's attention, but I'm not going to yell because that's not my thing. I'm not about to yell for my life. I'm too hard at this point. And let me just pause the story here. Kids, don't ever be this hard. It's no need. Nobody's looking for you to be this hard. And I promise you, nobody's giving you props. If somebody's trying to stab you and take you out the game, scream for your life. But I didn't do that. So I'm like, yo, what up? Yo. I'm saying everything that's hard. So I don't scream, but I'm screaming. Like, I'm pretty much screaming, but I'm like, I'm not going to yell. I'm just going to say yo, what you doing, G? You got to stop this. Come on. Yeah. So I'm running down this block. No one's on their porch. I get to my house. And now I'm like, I'm at this point now. I'm so tired. I didn't fought. I didn't work this long ass shift. Now I'm just like whistling and making noise. I'm like, woo, woo. I'm just doing anything I possibly can to get anybody's attention. This is what happens in the next part of the story. But if I pause it right here, here's the backstory. So my mother's upstairs. She watching, name the show, some garbage. Just say Bill Cosby, right? She watching the Cosby Show. And all of a sudden, she said she thought she heard something that resembled my voice. And I'm like, well, you were right. And she was like, yeah, something told me I should get up. So I got up, went downstairs, and went outside. Her coming outside at that time caused the attacker, because he's running up my driveway to come kill me now. He's serious about this. So he's coming up my driveway, and I'm thinking, like, as I'm doing it, I'm like, man, the funny part is I didn't realize until about halfway into my driveway, I'm like, yo, I can't just go in the house. If I try to open the door and get my key out, he gonna stab me while I'm doing all that. So now I'm realizing, like, oh my God, I'm gonna have to keep running. This is about to be all day. Like, I'm about to be running down the block saying the most softest, hardest things ever I can, so I can like yell for my life without yelling for my life all at the same time. Yo, what we doing? Yo, come on, this is real. Yo, I don't even know you, G. So my mom comes out. She comes out the house. He takes off running. Going to the door of my house, and I immediately collapse. My feet are exhausted. I just ran for my life, and nobody heard me. But I'm so mad that nobody heard me, and I lost my phone, and this all happened after I got out of work. Like, the anger that was in my body, like, it's the type of anger that I can only imagine that women may feel when, like, a husband cheats or some nonsense like that, or gets somebody pregnant, right? Like, I felt that Will Smith, Jada anger. Like, yeah, that's my wife. Like, that's what I felt that. So, get up. After collapsing on the ground, I go into the house. I'm now in my kitchen, and I'm looking for the biggest blade I can find. I'm like, that's how we doing it. We doing big blade for big blade. Where's my blade at? So I go and get two of the biggest knives out the kitchen. I take those big knives, and now I'm running down the block. This is the worst part of the story, but here's the truth. When I come out the block, remember, I was running, and I don't know what happened to the rest of the crew. I guess they took off when they realized that, oh, he about to stab him? That's crazy. So they all took off. Was like, we're not going to be accessories to murder. And I'm running for my life. So now, nevertheless, I'm now chasing him for running. I'm trying about to kill him. So now I'm chasing down him, and everybody is on their porch now. Every single neighbor is on their porch now. And the visual looks crazy. You got an 18-year-old dark-skinned black male chasing a 15-year-old light-skinned black male with a high-pitched voice with two knives. And I'm saying crazy stuff because he's really fast. I can't really chase him. And I'm saying crazy stuff too. Like, when I get you, you're dead. You gonna feel me. Like, I'm saying anything threatening. Because I just want him to feel that, like, I'm kind of knowing at this point. I may not catch him, but I want him to feel the same terror that I just felt while I was running down this block. So I'm saying crazy stuff. And at first, I'm saying some real, good stuff. I'm getting them. I can see him running, but he's scared. Like, I can he's looking back like, come on, man. So, like, I see that it's working. But as I'm running, what are you doing? Oh, my. But so as I'm running.
Yeah, you don't have to be quick. You just have to be.
I start to notice everybody's back on their porch. And now they're all saying stuff. Like, come on, S man, you ain't gotta do them like that. Come on, it ain't worth it. You ain't gotta do that. And I'm like, what's going on? Where was y'all at just a minute ago? And now I'm starting to realize about like the 6th or 7th house after everybody didn't say something like, hey, I'm calling the cops. I'm starting to realize like, hey, I'm gonna look crazy and I'm gonna have all these witnesses who said like, hey, don't do this. And then they saw me do it. So now I'm starting to realize for optics, I gotta stop this. And I'm tired. Like, if I'm being honest, like, yes, there's a part of me that's telling you the truth of, yes, I stopped. But if I'm being honest, even if I did kind of still want to stab him even after the whole, neighbors thing, but I was so tired. Even if I tried to stab him, he could have just dodged. Like, come on, man, wait, stop. Like, I don't feel like I would have got a good stab off. So, come on. Refs, you got to do something. By the 8th house, I stopped chasing them because I'm realizing like, this ain't good, man. Everybody's looking at me and it's just, this ain't good. So I go back home. I asked my mom, can we take a ride? And then we chase those dudes down block by block. And I hunted them down John Wick's like on some Kill Bill style, but with 2 knives. Now, I'm not exaggerating this part of the story. This part really did happen. So like after I went back in the house, I told my mom what happened. And she was like, that happened? They was chasing you? They was gonna kill you? Let's go back out there and let's go search for them boys. We can get a description. Now, she talking about getting a description. I ain't worried about no description. When I see who did this, y'all gonna pay for this. I'm getting out this car and I'm gonna stab you. So I got my knives. My mom don't know it, but I got my knives. I'm ready. You selling. We in the car. My mom thinking we looking to find the boys so we can ID them and tell the cops what they were wearing. I'm not thinking about nothing like that. I'm thinking like, yo, when we see these boys, I'm popping right out the car, stabbing them. So I'm thinking like, I'm going to get them now with the element of surprise. Yes, I couldn't get them with my speed because I was tired, but I can get them now with the element of surprise.
With the 3-point shot. And here are the Suns. Look.
So here I go. We going block to block. We're finding like individual group members, but like as they see us, they start running and they're like doing wild shit. They hop in gates. They go into people's yards. And it's like, I can't go in somebody's yard with a knife after I just hopped out of a car. It's like I had no good optics. That's the real problem with this story. I had 0 optics. So I'm like, all right, because they making smart moves. I'm thinking like they're going to run up the street so I can chase them and stab them. No, they doing all the stuff I guess I should have did. They going into people's houses and going to people's backyards and hopping gates. So we driving, I get out the car a little bit, try to chase one. I get back in the car. My mom like, what you doing? I'm like, yeah, I'm going to fight him. I was going to fight him. I wasn't going to fight him. I was going to stab him. So, baby, we in this car. I done tried to get out and come get one of the dudes, but he took off and hopped over a gate. We go down like 3 more blocks. I see the 15-year-old who started all this, and he looked tired because obviously he was running for his life for a little bit too. So now I'm seeing him, and I'm like, yeah, I'm on your ass, boy. Let's get it. I don't know why I rolled down the window. I never said I was a great stabber. This is what happened. So I rolled down the window. I'm like, yeah, it's coming. Let's get it. My mom locked. So I tried to get out. My mom locked the door. So I can't get out. He takes off running. I'm tired. And I just say, yo, take me home. I go home. I think about the day. And I start to realize, like, yo, as terrible as all of this was, and I'm not joking, it was terrible. I had like a hole in my hand, all this nonsense, because I'll tell you one thing, I was mad. I'll tell you that. I'm like, yo, I lost that phone. Like, what's going on? So I'm pissed about that phone. I'm not gonna hold you. But I'm in my room, sitting, reflecting back on the day. And I'll just never forget thinking, like, if I would have done what I've told myself I would always do when I was in that situation, I wouldn't be here. Because what I always tell myself what I would do in those situations is, I'm not going to run. I'm going to stand and fight him. Knock the knife out his hand and beat his ass. If I'd have did that with these young football players, I'd have been assassinated. So thank God I ran, because I would not be here talking to you. The reason why I felt it to be important to tell you this story on the first podcast episode, show, game streaming episode, live streaming, all of it. The reason why I felt it to be important to tell the story is because had I just dismissed that cloud as just a regular shaped cloud, I wouldn't be here. Had my mother not had the intuition to come outside to come check to see what somebody screaming yo 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 and woo 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 like some maniac just yelling random things, and my mom didn't have the curiosity to come downstairs to stop watching the Cosby Show, like, cause I'm gonna be honest, if that was me, if I heard somebody say woo 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 woo, I would turn the TV up. That's what I would do. I'm damn sure not about to turn it down to like listen to what they have to say. I'm gonna turn it up. So a lot of things could have went wrong, like this game. Like this game went totally wrong. I was winning, and then he started hitting threes out of nowhere and turned into the reborn of Stephen Curry. Let's give him a round of applause. He did his thing. I'm gonna pause the story for half a second and give him his music. Do his thing, man. We are now 15. No, what am I doing? We are now 16-3, 16-4. I've been taken down by Mr. Bozo here, Mr. Cleve of the land. But I wrapped that story back up, just going back to the story. I wrapped that story by saying, had anything of that story went differently, I probably wouldn't be here to tell it. And that's the truth of the matter. Had anything went differently in that story, I'm not here to tell it. And I believe stuff like that don't happen for a reason. So I say all this to say, pay attention to your surroundings, eat better, drink better, do better, and be here next week, Thursday at 7 p.m. My name is S. Blanco. I'm the host with the most. This is Can't Pause Life. That was the first episode into my journey to spirituality. The next episode, I'll start getting into the details because there's a different story. Like, best believe there's a second part to this story. Y'all won't believe it. I'm going to give you a little teaser. But in the second episode, we talk about how I see the young 15-year-old male again years after it happened. And spoiler alert, he gets shot. Second spoiler alert, I didn't do it. I don't want nothing to do with the cops right now. I did not do it, but that did happen. So next time, I'm going to tell you about how, because it's one thing to tell you about the story of how you got into spirituality or how you even developed the sense to say, hey, there may be something outside of myself that's bigger than myself that's going on in this world. I think that was the first time I recognized that something was going on that was much bigger than me. So in the second episode, I intend to tell you more details about how we got deeper and deeper into it, because it was more than just this one situation. But like I said, I say this to say, pay attention to your surroundings, drink water, eat some fresh fruit, stop watching so much TV. Come back here next Thursday at 7 p.m. and come get your part 2, your quick fix of that good stuff. I'm your host with the most, S. Blanco. This is Blanco Gaming Live, if I can speak. I am a little thirsty, sorry. And yeah, we got next week to do it again. Subscribe to my YouTube, my TikTok, all of it. Apple Music, Spotify, all the streaming services. Like I said, every Thursday at 7 p.m. we'll be back here to do it again. Blessings.